Shalom. I do want to start off this lesson by saying all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH for giving me the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honors to the elders and Apostle Great Millstone for teaching their truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. This lesson I do want to get into today is about slavery upon the heathens. Alright, what inspired me to do this lesson was a clip from Elder Apostle Sahar video. I forgot the title, but it was like 3 seconds in the video, and he basically said how we're gonna find continuous work for the heathens, especially for the Edomites, and that is true. That is what's gonna come to pass, because when America be destroyed and the other nations be subject to submission, all right, we're gonna have continuous work for them, because they're gonna build up our kingdom. They gotta clean up the World War III mess, because there's gonna be dead bodies all over the place. They gotta clean up dead bodies. They gotta clean the internet up. They gotta clean the pollution that they had caused together. All right, because Esau Edom basically let loose of the pollution, all the factories all around the road. The heathens follow suit with Esau Edom. All right, China has damn near many factories in their areas. All right, there's been many buildings that have been dropped down to the grave, debris all over the place, trash. It's gonna be continuous work. All right, and Israel are first and foremost the elect, 144,000. They're not gonna do a damn thing. All right, because that's gonna be the time of their rest. That's gonna be a time of their of joy, a time where we can do anything we want according to righteousness, not to wickedness. All right, so if we want to fly to this location, that's what we're gonna do. If we want to get a let's say you want to relax and get a lemonade, that's what we want to do, and the heathen's gonna make that lemonade for us. A continuous work. All right, the scripture I want to grab is Ezekiel chapter 39 verse 14, because this is basically a verse that proves the point. It says this: and they shall serve her out of man continually employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of the 7th month shall they search. Basically mean that when the all is done, YAHAWASHI releases judgment, and the whole earth got shaken to and fro, and where everything, the dust clears up, there's gonna be continuous work. They gotta clean up the whole earth. Dead bodies gonna be everywhere. Our debris is gonna be everywhere. Destruction gonna be everywhere. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that's happening, and who's gonna clean that up? The heathens. Are you Chinese, you Japanese, you Palestinians, you so-called Israel, all right, the Americans, the Canadians, the French, the Belgium, our Europeans, all of them, all of it. All right, all you guys gonna do continuous work. Why? Because it's what you sow, what you have reaped upon yourself, what you have done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. For another verse I want to grab is Obadiah 1:15. It says this: for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. All right, and what you guys have done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, you have put them in captivity and made them work every single day for thousands of years. To this day, we're under you guys still, to this day. And yes, the curses are coming off of us because we're getting out of our captivity. You can still try to oppress us. How? By through the music industry, by making sure that we still subject to payments, or still giving us strange philosophy so we won't serve our true power. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Or took away our heritage, took away our land. You guys are still trying to oppress us, even though Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI clearly don't want us to be oppressed anymore. But y'all still don't want that. Y'all want slaves still. You want Israel to be your slave to this day. All right, so Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI is gonna do that same thing to you. All right, it shall be done unto thee, unto you heathens. Thou reward shall return upon thine own head. So everything I've done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino, and American, is going to be brought back to your own head. Everything I've done to us is going to be brought back to you. You're going to be subject to payment. You're going to be borrowing from us. You're going to be begging for a mercy from us. You will be learning our ways, not us learning your ways. We will be prospering. You be working for us, and everything we ask, you got to do. All right, to hit home with that statement too, let's grab Isaiah. Let's grab Isaiah 60 verse 12. It says this: for a nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. So a kingdom that does not serve the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino, and American, they will be put to death. They'll be perished. They'll be cleansed out. They'll be wiped away. That's what happened in the kingdom of heaven. All right. Let a nation start being acting disrespectful. There's gonna be a genocide. It's gonna be wiped away. And some of y'all don't believe this. Y'all think this is not true, but the days are moving faster for some reason. But earthquakes are happening on diverse places. Rumors of wars happening all over the place to the point where it's clearly that NATO is gonna go to war with Russia. Prophecy is speaking out. So if the scripture talk about how World War III is gonna start, and we're entering the age of World War III, how much more the prophecy about the kingdom of heaven, where the scripture talks about how Israel, the true Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, will be found out, and you guys will be subject unto them. That prophecy is coming in very soon. And it's gonna come into what? To reality, towards you heathens. All right, because you guys had pride had been brought up to the skies, thinking that you guys are gonna be the next rulership. Because some of these other heathens like China, all right, Japan, or North Korea, and other nations, the Hamites, whatever you want to call them, they think that as soon as America fall, they're gonna rise up into power. They think that they're gonna be the next rulers. That's not the case. That's not going to happen. They're not going to be the next rulers. Who's going to be the next ruler? According to scripture, Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American. Let's grab 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. It says this: for Esau is the end of the world. All right, and how would you know when Esau world ends? When America ends. All right, and Jacob, that's Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino American, is the beginning of it that followeth. So that means what? Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, is going to be the one that's going to be next rulership when America falls. Jake is. It seems, kind of far-fetched, because you're like, what, Jake? The saying, you talk about the niggas that's in the street being YNs, the niggas that don't have no self-control, the niggas that have women that don't even respect them, they're gonna be ruling? Yes. All right, and I'm not talking about, YNs. All right, they're gonna die on this side. The elect of Israel, the 144,000. All right, the men of the Lord, they're gonna be ruling in the next kingdom. And the 2/3 Jake that died on this side, the son called reincarnation, they're going to come back through the loins of the elect. And they're going to be in their right mind. They're not going to be acting like YNs in the kingdom of heaven. There's going to be no such thing of behavior in the kingdom of heaven where you commit adultery, or you kill one, or you hate another. You hate your woman, or your woman hates you, or you killing your daughters killing your fathers, or vice versa. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be all according to the scriptures. Serving the right high holy days, not doing no witchcraft. No, all that's gonna be cut off. And yes, Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino American, is going to be in the kingdom of heaven. And all you heathens, you're gonna be our servants. You're gonna be our slaves. You're gonna be our basically our possessions. We're gonna possess you, just like how you guys possess us right now. We are basically Esau, Edoms. That's we're subject unto the payments. We still have the birth certificate that shows that they claimed us as soon as we were birthed. They claimed us right there then. Same concept of how we're gonna do the same thing right back to you, but it's gonna be continuous work. All right, but after 1,000 years, towards you Edomites, after 1,000 years, what's gonna happen? Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18 says you're gonna be cast away. You're gonna be thrown away, exterminated, deleted. So you won't be, alive any more longer after that 1,000 years of slavery that you about to go through. Because as soon as that 1,000 years of slavery come to pass, and you do your judgment, and you build up our kingdom of heaven, and there's no more use for you, as soon as that 1,000 years is up, you out the bucket. You're gonna gather you up and burn you alive. Obadiah 1:18, you guys should read it. You know what? Let's just grab it. Why not? I'm in the Bible. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18. It says this: and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble. And they shall kindle in them, and devour them. And there shall not be any remain of the house of Esau, for the Lord YAHAWAH hath spoken it. So basically, YAHAWASHI had spoken and planned that Esau, Edom will be destroyed. It will be eradicated. It says, it shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. So that means the house of Esau, the baby, the cousin, the mothers, the aunties, the stepmom, stepdad, whatever you want to call them, you're going to be cut off forever. In the kingdom of heaven, after 3,000, 4,000 years later, there's not going to be no such thing as Esau, Edom. There's not going to be no such thing as Edom. They're going to be eradicated forever. Because the only reason why there's woes on earth is because Esau, Edom. He is the wicked. He's the one that bring out these strange philosophy. Through him is these strange gods, strange beliefs, strange sodomy, pedophilia, bull. Look, man, he's a cancer of the earth. This man nation is literally the cancer of the earth. He is literally the problem. And his whole family just gotta go. They just gotta go. They just gotta go. Another nation, they're gonna be servants to us forever. Yes, they're gonna go back to their own land. You know, they do what they want to do, but they're gonna be respectful to Israel, no matter what. They're gonna be respectful to Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, and there's gonna be no disrespect. Like I said, let a nation, let a heathen think disrespectful to a Jake, and he has spiritual powers and he can read his mind. He's gonna be put to death. It's gonna be no joke. Just like how in America you can't talk about, you know, those people in Israel. You get cut off, you be, you know, shunned, your money be frozen, you be fired at your job, you know. The same cost gonna happen in the future. You do that to us, you screwed. Your life is over. You're done for. Your foundation will fall right there then. That's what's gonna happen to y'all. You're gonna be on continuous employment. Alright? It's not gonna be as, you know, as bad as Esau's gonna get. Esau's gonna get it the worst. But you guys are going to be subject unto Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, and in the next kingdom. Yes, you guys will be subject under us. Isaiah 14. Let's go to verse, let's say 20. Yep, it is. It is 20. But I wanted to grab verse 1 verse. Let's go to Isaiah 14, verse 1. It says this: For the Lord Yahawah will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. The strangers are talking about what? The other Israelites that have been scattered among the heathens. Alright, they're going to be joined with Israel in the kingdom of heaven. You know? Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them, and the land of the Lord Yahawah for servants and handmaid. Verse 2 is talking about the heathens. So that means Israel's going to take these other heathens, the other nations, and take them as servants, as handmaids, slaves, continuous work. Art is basically a judgment towards you heathens. And they shall take them captive, who captive they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Who is Jake? Who is Israel's so-called Negroes, Latino, and American oppressors? Who is their oppressors? Every nation on earth. Every nation is our oppressors. Alright, they all have thought wickedly against us. Alright, every nation have partake of the downfall of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, especially Esau, Edom. So what's going to happen? We're going to take them as possession, and we're going to oppress them, just like how they oppress us. It's a fair trade. And it shall come to pass in that day that Lord will give rest from thy sorrows. From whose sorrows? From Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. We will give rest from our sorrows, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So we will have rest. We won't be serving anymore. We'll be good in the kingdom of heaven. We'll be good. We'll be so good to the point where we won't, all this thing that happened to us in the past in America is gonna be a fever dream, a bad dream that we had like 2 days ago. That's basically what's gonna be. Because we're gonna be living forever. You're gonna have unbreakable bodies, healthy bodies. These bodies we have right now, these things are just wicked as hell. But YAHAWASHI is gonna renew us, renew our strength, give us new bodies. That's uncorruptible. That's laws within it, so we don't break the laws. All right, because in this body, it basically makes us goes off because it goes against ways YAHAWASHI. But and then when YAHAWASHI deliver the elect, or he beams us up, what he's gonna do? He's gonna change the flesh. He's gonna get rid of these bodies and give us new ones. That's what he's gonna do, and we're gonna live forever. Our book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 talks about the blessings. The verse 1 through 15, if I'm mistaken, or 14, it talks about the blessing you will receive if you can keep his commandments. And the kingdom of heaven, are we not going to keep his commandments? Yes, because the new covenant, the law is going to be within our inward parts. So yes, we will keep all the commandments, and everything that Yahweh Shemashai said he's going to bless upon you is going to be blessed in the kingdom of heaven. So if you Jake out here wanted plenty of money so you can have plenty of houses, guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, that's what you finna have. You want a family, you a family type of guy, you just want a family, have fun with your woman and your kids. Look, in those days you're gonna have plenty of kids and plenty of wives and plenty of houses and plenty of time to have time with your kids. You a Jake, you just trying to have peace, you're gonna have plenty of peace in the kingdom of heaven. No worries, no woes, no worry about bills. Because who's gonna give you you're not look, man, you're not gonna be borrowing, you're gonna be giving. You're the one who's going to be giving it to the heathens, and they're going to be the one that's borrowing. They're the one that's going to be worried. They're the one that's going to be wondering if they're going to miss a bill next day. You're going to be okay. That's how it's going to be. All right. So let's go read the verse 3 again. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrows and from the fear, from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressors ceased and the golden city ceased? So basically in the kingdom, we're going to be like, damn, it seemed like yesterday they was unstoppable. Now what happens to them? They was talking all that, all that proud talk, saying they're going to be the next rulers. They're going to be okay. We're going to make America great again. But American God ceased, got broken down. That's how it's going to be. And let's go to verse 20. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. All right, talking about Esau, Edom, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. And the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So they're going to be slain. Obadiah 1 and 18. They're not going to be raised up again. They're not going to be shown in cities ever again. They're going to serve their judgment. They're going to work for 1,000 years. They're going to be a continuous employment. There's going to be something to do every single day. And they got to complete it. And then they're going to be eradicated. Just like how Jake got to work and Jake got to feel and Jake got to be, they're going to suffer the same thing. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, of armies, and cut off from America the name and the remnant and the son and the nephew, said the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM. So you're going to cut off everything from Esau, Edom, and the other heathens, but especially Esau, Edom. Everything that they got is going to be cut off from this side. Everything that they have is going to be taken away from them, and Jake going to have everything. All right? It's going to be a beautiful glow up in those days. A beautiful glow up for you Israelites, so-called Negroes, like United Americans. All that woe and sorrows, that ugliness you have, because some Jake is ugly. I can't say it. Some Jake, you ugly out there. In the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be beautified. You're going to be beautiful. You're going to be looking ugly like this. You're not going to have no obesity in the kingdom of heaven. You're not going to have no depression. That's going to be that's going to be in the past for Jake. That's not going to be for us. It's going to be, we're going to have complete joy. No continuous work. No more sorrows, no more disrespect. All right, and the woman, they're going to love you, Jake, man. All right, they're going to love you. And this side, some women don't love you. But, but it's okay. In the kingdom, you finna have all that. Everything that you ever wanted, you're finna have it. All right? Let's say you just wanted peace. You're gonna have that too. But the heathens, yeah, good luck. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get it the worst. Especially the Edomites. They're finna get it the worst. If you were Edomite, it was better for you to be a roach than be an Edomite. Because at least a roach could go outside and live. An Edomite, they ain't gonna live. They're not going to live, man. They're not going to live. You're going to have a hard time. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and the nephew, said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. Verse 23, I'll also make a possession for the bittern and a pool of water, and I will sweep with the besom of destruction, said the Lord of hosts. 24, the Lord of hosts has sworn, I have sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. And it's going to stand to this day. And how we know it stands to this day? Because prophecy is being speaked out right now. So Yahweh Shemashai is standing on his words no matter what. 10 toes on the ground, steep down. He's not moving nowhere. And he's gonna show his power towards everybody. All the prophecy that we have spoken in the scriptures is being pronounced. After America be destroyed, you heathens are going straight to captivity, and you're gonna be serving the continuous employment. All right, so let me see. I'll go back to that scripture. Yep. Ezekiel 39 verse 14. And they shall serve out a man of continuous employment, passing through the land, to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of the 7 months shall they search. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, for giving the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostle Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. Shalom.